Hi everybody, and welcome back to another video. And this video we are going to cover my current training split, what that looks like, and we're going to go a little bit more into detail as far as my Natty status goes and the story behind that and how Greg Doucette may have just saved my life. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, as you're watching through, if any questions pop up, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Let's get to the training split. All right, so on the way to the gym with the wifey, she stopped real quick at the mall. We budgeted some extra time in there so she could get her eyebrows done, because I guess that's what women do. But hey, good on her, living her best life. So I figured this would be as good a time as any to talk about my current workout split. So my split has adjusted a little bit from push-pull legs to a more Arnold Schwarzenegger, Frank Zane style workout split. So I'm training 3 days on and then taking 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off, and so on and so forth. So the first day I train chest and back together. Currently, I'm not doing too many supersets during that. As I get leaner and want to bring another intensifier into the workout, I may add more of that. So I'll do chest and back on day 1, shoulders and arms on day 2, and then legs on day 3. Then I'll take a rest day and then repeat the cycle, but with different exercises. So chest and back, workout number 2, shoulders and arms, workout number 2, which is where we are today, and then legs, workout number 2 before going back, rest day, and then workouts number 1 again. So every workout I'm focusing on progressive overload. Right now that isn't so much of a concern of going heavier in weight, as I am getting leaner, and that's my focus right now. The progression is more focused on increasing volume and workout density. So I'm trying to add for each muscle group like another set on each workout, and bring the rest periods down a little bit as I prepare to really kick things into high gear for my final form. So for example, I may have started out with 10 sets total for shoulders, and then the next week I'll do 11 to 12 sets, after that 12 to 13, and so on and so forth. We are going to be doing a deload here next week as I travel to Ohio to visit my family. So we're going to take a week off of the gym. First time in like a year I've done that, so overdue probably for my joints and central nervous system. Just let the muscles, tendons, everything heal up completely, and then when we get back, officially push into the shred and achieve an amazing form. So thank you again for watching. All right, so we just finished off shoulders and arms, showered, chilled, and ate, and working on client transformations here for the past little while. So I'll go into a little bit more detail as far as my workouts go and the specifics on that in a later video. But this video I wanted to cover what I talked about in the intro, which is what a lot of people have been asking me, what's my Natty status look like? Now, I covered this some in an earlier video called Leg Day and Q&A, which you can check out earlier, but I wanted to get a little bit more into detail and give you guys who have been asking the open, honest story about that whole ordeal. So, back in 2020, I competed in the Arnold Classic Physique division, and I placed 14th out of, I believe, 35 or 36 competitors. It was a big class. I looked good. At that point, I was still natural, but I realized that in order to be top 5, top 6 in a high national level show, nobody's natural at that level. And my goal at that point was to win a pro card. So I wanted to do what it took to create a physique that the judges would reward for earning that pro card. And obviously the people who were top 5, top 6 in that lineup looked phenomenal. They looked incredible, but very clearly with the aid of enhancement. And so in my mind, I was like, all right, if my goal is to get a pro card and this is what they're rewarding, this is what I need to do in order to get that pro card, I need to jump into that as well. So So I did. Nothing crazy. I did get my blood work done, went to Transcend HRT, so I did get a doctor's prescription and everything like that. Clearly not with the intention of just using it for medical HRT. But yeah, nothing crazy in my cycles or anything like that. But I did notice a big difference in my physique as far as strength went, as far as vascularity goes, whether that was from increased blood pressure or muscle mass or whatnot, and definitely some increased density and graininess in my physique, especially as I got leaner and prepped for my most recent competition, the Arnold Classic Amateur 2022. So did I notice the benefits? Absolutely. Was it a crazy transformation of 50 pounds of muscle? No, definitely not. But again, I wasn't using anything too crazy. It was just higher doses of what you could get from the HRT clinic. So, competing in the Arnold Classic Amateur 2022 back in the beginning of March this year, I definitely improved. I jumped all the way up to third place, and the person who won my class he deserved it. He'd been training for, had to have been at least 20 years. He was much older than me, very, very big dude, and looked phenomenal. He absolutely deserved it. After the competition, that's when I had a decision to make. So I knew I could keep pushing. I was knocking on the door of that pro card, but that it would be a slippery slope, and I knew this. I recognized it. If I wanted to keep pursuing the pro card, then my mind, which is very all or nothing, very driven, very let's set these goals and accomplish them, would do whatever it took, which at that point would be, hey, let's take more gear. A little gear worked well, took me from 14th place to third. Then just think what some more would do, take me from third place to first and get that pro card. So afterwards, I was thinking, all right, I'll cycle off for a little bit or cruise or whatnot. And then when I decide what competition I want to do next, then we'll get back on something and continue to improve and go for that pro card. However, there was a lot going on in the fitness industry at that time that was also speaking against me doing this. So a lot of professional bodybuilders and amateur bodybuilders, as many of you have known, have passed away over the past couple of years. And whether or not this was directly related to performance enhancement use can be debated. I'm not a doctor, I don't know what they did, but definitely could play a huge factor in that. On the other side too, a lot of bodybuilders like Seth Feroce and Greg Doucette were coming out with videos speaking very openly and honestly about their experience as professional bodybuilders with PEDs, the potential detriments that could have to future health. And Greg Doucette especially made some really good videos regarding how you need to do this for yourself. Find what's going to make you happy with your physique goals and go for that. And speaking so openly and honestly about his experience was just something that I needed to hear to help me come to my own decision. So thank you very much, Greg, for that. Going forward with that as well, I decided before I made any decisions for sure one way or another, I needed to step back and evaluate, okay, why am I doing this? And I realized that part of the joy of bodybuilding, what got me addicted to it and into bodybuilding in the first place so much, had kind of fallen away with an obsession of bodybuilding. And okay, what can I do to get my pro card? What can I do to get more likes? As I get bigger and bigger, I'm gonna get more and more likes and more follows, and this is the cycle of what's gonna happen. And again, this isn't a knock on anybody who wants to go that route. However, I realized for me, what got me into bodybuilding was just the pure love of lifting and the artistic form and the beauty that the human physique is capable of. And that's what I stepped back and realized. I really appreciate and admire the physiques of today and the hard work that goes into it. But what really attracted me to bodybuilding was the physiques from the silver era and the golden era, where you don't just look at the physiques and think, wow, that guy is huge and a monster and impressive. You look at the physiques and think, wow, that body is so beautifully and proportionally put together. It is just so pleasing to look at. And that's what I wanted to go for. So that's when I made the decision, okay, I'm not gonna do anything else. I didn't post-cycle therapy or anything like that, and I'm definitely not recommending that. Talk to your doctor if you're looking to get off this. But I realized at that moment, I had a decision to make to take the path where I would do whatever it took to take the pro card and take the risks, or I could try and shake the bigorexia that was developing in my head and realize that I could create something unbelievably artistic and beautiful without the aid of enhancements. So I haven't taken anything after that last competition back in the beginning of March, and I don't plan to, at least certainly not in the near future. Right now I'm focusing on bringing back that silver era, Steve Reeves, Frank Zane, Serge Nubret, just beautiful physique, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. I have re-fallen in love with the Joy of Bodybuilding. Quick, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this video up. As far as my experience went, getting off of everything, again, like I said, I didn't do any PCT or anything like that, which that is not me advocating or recommending that. That's just what I did. I was just like, okay, I know my brain, if I don't just stop, then I'm going to just rope myself back into this. So I did. After about a month, my energy level did start to go down pretty significantly for a little while. I kept busy, kept consistent in the gym, allowed myself to eat a little bit more food to compensate, giving me a source of energy. And after a month or so, with the lower energy dip, I noticed everything start to slowly come back up. My hormone levels came back up to return towards normal. My energy came back up, and everything started increasing in performance in the gym. My strength went back up, my physique filled back out, and definitely not as vascular or grainy as I was when I was enhanced, but at the same time, still have some good definition even in the off season, and not too bad either. So if you have more detailed questions as far as this goes, feel free to leave them in the comments or reach out to me on Instagram. Again, I don't want to make this video too long, but a lot of you have been asking about it. So there you go. There's my open and honest details in this. If you have one takeaway that I would like you to take away from this, is make sure that your choice is based on what's going to make you happy for your long-term goals as far as this goes. So it's easy to think, hey, I want to look like this person, and if I just take this, that will get me there. But you have to really evaluate why you're doing this, and if you are enhanced, realize that that doesn't have to define you, because that was a big struggle for me in making the decision to come off. People were seeing that I was really growing, making progress, getting closer to that pro card, and that kind of became my social media persona and what mentally was defining me, and that's not a healthy place to be. I wanted to be defined for what I could do with myself, achieving my goals and bringing my vision to life. And I think right now I'm doing that. So if you are already enhanced and thinking about coming off or had any health scares, don't be afraid to do it. You can still create an incredible, beautiful piece of artwork without any of those enhancements. So thank you so much, guys, for your support in my transformation here towards the silver era style physique. I appreciate you watching this video, and as always, feel free to comment or reach out to me if you have any further questions or just want to chat. So enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Happy lifting, and God bless.